Today's topic is the Euler-Lagrange equation. First of all, why do we need this equation? Newton proposed that every movement in nature can be predicted by solving the forces acting upon it. This method allows us to predict the future of a system, like a simple pendulum or a star-planet system. However, when we add one more pendulum or another planet to the system, Newton's approach results in equations that are incredibly hard to solve. The fundamental flaw is that Newton's approach relies on vector quantities. Vectors depend heavily on direction, and in complex systems, those directions change rapidly. Lagrange's goal was to get rid of these vector quantities. Instead, he decided to look at the energy exchange of the system. Kinetic energy and potential energy are scalars. They are just numbers with no direction. By focusing only on the exchange of energies, Lagrange's method automatically eliminates all those complicated, direction-based constraint forces. Consider a system conserving energy. A particle has potential and kinetic energy. The sum is constant, meaning any gain in kinetic energy comes from a loss in potential energy. Newton says that changing kinetic energy with respect to velocity gives momentum, and changing momentum with respect to time gives the force. On the other hand, force is also created by the slope of the field, which is derived from potential energy. Changing potential energy with respect to position gives the force. The force is negative because mechanical systems naturally tend toward the lowest potential energy. Since both methods calculate the exact same physical force acting on the particle, they must be balanced. If we subtract them, we get zero. Inserting the terms into this balance gives us the Euler-Lagrange equation of motion. In this equation, the first term is related to kinetic energy, and the second is related to potential energy. Notice a mathematical trick here. The derivative with respect to velocity ignores potential energy, and the derivative with respect to position ignores kinetic energy. This allows us to combine them into a single master function called the Lagrangian, or L. This equation predicts the future of complex systems far better than Newton's. The Lagrangian tells us the exact energy exchange of the system at any given moment. But finding the Lagrangian is not enough. It only tells us the activity balance of the system at a single specific moment. Nature doesn't live in a single moment. It moves through time. To understand the full behavior of the particle, we cannot just look at one snapshot. We must look at the entire movie of the motion from start to finish. This brings us to the concept of action. Nature sums up the Lagrange values for every moment of the journey. This total sum tells us the cost of that entire path. We call this total sum action, and it is calculated as the integral of the Lagrangian over time. There are infinite paths a system can take, and every path has its own action value. Nature shows us that every system moves along the path of least action. A free-falling object follows a straight line because it is the path of least action. Light is affected by gravity because the path it twists along is the path of least action. Let's apply this to a real problem, the double pendulum. Imagine a simple pendulum, but with a second pendulum attached to its end. If we attempt to predict the motion of this system using Newton's laws, we immediately plunge into a mathematical nightmare. We must continuously track the changing direction and magnitude of tension vectors every single millisecond. Computers have to deal with this numerically. Now, let's solve it using Lagrange's method. Instead of strict x and y grids, we define the system using only two generalized coordinates, the angle of the first string and the angle of the second string. Next, we calculate the total energy of the system as scalars. We use our angles to find the total kinetic energy, and we use them again to find the total potential energy. We combine these into our master function. By feeding this single Lagrangian into the Euler-Lagrange equation for both angles, the complex vector calculus completely disappears. The result gives us the exact differential equations of motion without ever calculating a single force vector. Let's put this to the ultimate test in a computer simulation. For the first few seconds, their paths are identical. But soon, the ruthless nature of chaos theory takes over. Because the Newtonian engine is forced to constantly recalculate complex constraint vectors, it inevitably makes microscopic rounding errors. In a chaotic system, a microscopic error doesn't just fade away, it snowballs. Meanwhile, the Euler-Lagrange equation, guided solely by the principle of least action and the perfect conservation of energy, traces the true, flawless trajectory of the universe. This visual divergence is our absolute proof. When the universe gets complex and chaotic, attempting to track every individual force will blind us. To find the true path, we must stop looking at the arrows of force and start looking at the flow of energy. But the story of action doesn't end with classical pendulums. In the 20th century, physicist Richard Feynman took this exact mathematical concept, the action integral, and used it to unlock the quantum world. When we look at an electron or a photon, it doesn't behave like a solid ball. It acts as a wave of probabilities. Feynman discovered that a quantum particle doesn't just choose the one path of least action. Instead, through the magic of superposition, it takes every possible path simultaneously. It travels in straight lines. It travels in zigzags. It even travels to the edge of the universe and back. However, each of these infinite paths has a phase determined entirely by our old friend, the action. When all these paths overlap, the crazy high-action paths mathematically cancel each other out through destructive interference. Only the paths near the least action survive and amplify. We will dive deeper into quantum path integration in another video, so stay tuned. Don't forget to subscribe, and if you have any questions related to this topic, you can ask me in the comments section. Thank you for watching.